Netherlands wins or not.
It's upside down.
This is a story.
Brian.
Go ahead, drop it. This is a story from the very great blog Web Inc. Now. David's blog. Why don't you tell us about it?
So my friend from the Netherlands emails me on Monday morning after the soccer game, and he goes, CBS Television News is reporting that the Netherlands won World Cup.
Whoops.
Oops.
Maybe I was watching. Maybe they were watching a different game than the rest of us.
14 hours after the game was over, and it was still up there. So I went to it. Netherlands wins World Cup, and it said, Dateline, wherever they're, South Africa, and it said, the Netherlands won the World Cup today by a SCORE of, like just score, like that's the placeholder. So clearly what the television station was doing was a draft, and we all do that. We did this for this Grateful Dead book. I had a blog post queued up, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope I don't push the button because Halligan's going to scream at me. And I'm thinking, don't go near that button. Don't go near that button. But they went near the button.
They hit the button.
But worst of all, and that happens. I mean, it happens, and then you fix it. They didn't know. And there were over 2,000 tweets of people tweeting about this. And I blogged about it, other people blogged about it. It was fascinating that no one at CBS Television News was monitoring the Twitter sphere, monitoring blogs, doing a Google alert. They had no idea that they had done this.
Everyone's talking about it, and they were completely oblivious.
And then they updated the story, and it said Spain wins, and the score was correct. Everything else was the same. They didn't. They went with the same URL, and they had the same all of the whole bunch of tweets, and it was like everyone's saying, "What are you doing? Just delete that sucker and start from scratch."
I mean, if they just had someone paying attention online to the conversation that's happening about their brand, they would have known this was going on.
And they could have made fun of it. Okay, we make mistakes, made fun of it.
Whoops. And actually, I wondered if maybe the guy that wrote the post was like a huge fan of the Netherlands. He really didn't want Spain to win. He was all about it, so he was hopeful.
It was fun.
He might have jinxed the whole game.
He might.
He was too hopeful. Anyway, I think it's a great story, and the marketing takeaway here is really, you're ignoring the conversation that's going on in social media at your own risk. If you do, things like this can happen, and you kind of look like a fool.